Hey gang, Ross Brand here for LivestreamUniverse.com. Wirecast 9 is available. It's been out for about a day, and I just downloaded it this morning and thought it'd be fun to take a quick walkthrough. There's several new exciting features in Wirecast 9. Some of the standouts are there's an X keys, external hardware switcher keyboard. Never used that before. I'm still clicking with my mouse as I go about moving around Wirecast, but there is integration for X keys keyboard, and there's a brand new custom controller from X keys. So if that's something you're interested in, that is available on both Wirecast 9 Studio and Wirecast 9 Pro. There's also a faster and more convenient way to stream to Facebook pages. You don't have to enter all your information each time you want to go live. And you can use Facebook Live comments right on the screen using, I believe that's using the new blue live titler option. That isn't something I've gotten into yet, but I look forward to checking that out. If you have the Pro version of Wirecast 9, you'll be able to have remote control of PTZ optics cameras, which is a really cool feature. And if you want to do a free trial of Wirecast 9, of course, you can just head on over to livestreamuniverse.com/resources, livestreamuniverse.com/resources. But for those who may be new at using Wirecast or who may be upgrading and are going to be taking a look at this for the first time, one of the real key features, I think, of Wirecast 9 is the new sources menu. They changed it. It's much more user-friendly. As you can tell, I've got my camera and my audio and all that already in, but let me show you how it works. If we were creating a new scene, on my left is the preview, and then on what you see on the right is what's actually live. So let's create a new scene. You see it opens up. First of all, it's just very easy to read in comparison. If you go into video capture, it knows that I have two cameras that are options right now, so I can easily pick my webcam. I'm going to use the external Logitech webcam. So I've added that, and then if I double-click on that, this is what's in preview, comes up large, and so I can add more sources here. So that's my video camera. The audio is on a layer beneath the different shots, so that's going to stay consistent no matter what else I do here, so I don't need to add the audio again. But I can go into sources again, and if I want to add, I use media files a lot, which means I use something that's on my hard drive rather than necessarily using things that Wirecast has put in, as far as like lower thirds or split screen or any of that kind of stuff. I use stuff from my own computer, so I go in here, I can go right into my Wirecast folder, and let's see, if I want to add like a lower third, I can do that, and then it's just click and drag kind of thing. Yeah, very easy for me to do here. Let's see how this goes. Move it up, and so now we have that. So that's one thing you can add, and of course I could then go back in and I could add text as you have on the other scene. But you can add other things too using this menu. It's very, very easy to use. I've got to reselect that shot, so I can go in again. Let's see what else. Maybe I want to add the Livestream Universe logo. So I'll go to Add Media, and I can do that, and that's really large. So let's go over here and scale it down. Okay, and then I can put it up here, or whatever. So this is just an idea, and then this is again what's live, and then this is what's in preview, and I can then go up here and I can switch shots, and now you have that live, and I've put what was live before back into preview, so I can go back to that again. And if I want to create another scene, let's say I want to have picture-in-picture, I want to use show-off show cards or something like that, I can go into add media file, and I can add this little guy here. Let's see, how do we want to scale that? Not enough. Okay. So we have that. Okay. So now I'm going to add my camera, which is usually the first thing I add. But in this case, I want my camera to be, you see, it's all about layers, right? So I want my camera to be underneath this, and I'll show you how that works. So I'm going to add the Logitech webcam. It's too large for this because I'll want it to be over here. So let's go in here and scale it down. Not sure exactly what it'll be, but we can play around with it and put it under here. Not bad, right? Okay, so we're going to put it here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into crop, and we're going to move the right side. No, we're not. We're going to move the left side. That left. Okay, so we move that in there, so you no longer see that in that location. And then we want to add like a show card here, right? So I can say, coming up tonight, live stream deals, 7 p.m. Eastern, on the Livestream Universe Facebook page, rossbrand.live. We'll take you there. Some giveaways, some great new products. It's going to be a lot of fun. Livestream deals, 7 p.m. Eastern on the Livestream Universe Facebook page. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to add a show card for that. So let's go over here. So now it's real easy. Once you have this, you can just click the plus sign to add another source. Again, I like to use things from my own files, so I'm going to add that show card. Now that should be underneath, not over the entire display. So we'll move it down. And then what we'll do is we'll resize it. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll resize it by scaling it down. Go over here, scale, 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 scale. Okay, that's kind of a different size than it normally is. I must have this window at a different size. But okay, not bad, right? And then click there. I can see that it's not interfering with anything. And so now you have the show card up there, and I can then, for instance, if I want to have a different show card in the next shot, I can just go here. I can duplicate the shot and then go over here. Click on that. Right click, media file. Go in. Now I can add the show card from today's flash briefing. We'll scale that. Let's see. Almost. Good enough. Okay, and so now you have a few different shots to choose from. If we go back over like this, we set it up. Again, your right side is what's live and going out to Facebook or YouTube or wherever you're streaming to, or if you're recording, it's going to the recorded file. So what you have on the left then are previewing what would come next. So you can do a transition, and now you go to that, and then you select what you want to be the next shot, and you go there, and then eventually you come back to this or this, and that's kind of how it works. But it's great. Let's just take a look at some of the different options. So you have video capture, you have audio capture. If you want to have different audio for different scenes, you can actually add your audio into each scene or shot. Let's Let's see, network. If you want to bring in guests, you can do that through Rendezvous Session, which makes it easy. It's just, I believe, a link that you share with people. It kind of recreates that sort of blab kind of thing where you don't have to set up Skype and all that to bring somebody in. You can also share your web display. You can bring in an iOS camera. Screen capture is if you want to share like a window from an app, or you want to share your screen. Remote desktop printer, easy for me to say. Remote desktop presenter is when you want to share the screen from another computer. I believe that's what it is. I haven't done this with two computers, but your overlays, you can add a clock, an image carousel, scoreboard if you have the Pro. You can add text, you can add titles. So, for example, if I wanted to add text to, let me cancel this for a second. If I wanted to add text here, I could go in, hit that plus sign, go to overlays, hit text. In fact, I'm going to hit... Very good question, Ross. What do you want to do here? I think what you do is I want to hit title, right? And then click add. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just text. So you won't actually see the lower thirds, but I'm going to add those. And then they pop up here. And then let's just do one of them to save time. So I'm going to get rid of this. Delete that. We'll delete that. And so we have just one of the just text. I will move that over here. And you can type in, let's go over here. And we can type in Wirecast 9 text example. And you can change the fonts and all that kind of stuff. We can center it. We can move it down here, change it to white, whatever we want to do. But that's one of the built-in features. There's a lot of things you can do, which have files that I bring in, but that you can do right within Wirecast if you want to. So that's an example there. And then, again, I can switch shots here. I can use a different kind of transition. So I can bring up my next shot into preview, and then it's going to transition like that, or that's called a circle wipe. There's a fade to black. If we want to bring this in, let's see how that goes. Boom. Okay. And I still like the smooth transition best. I'm going to go back to that. You can also have what your alternate transition. If you have an alternate one, you can have it set up here, and then you just click on that on this side, and then it'll know that's the next one. But we have this side set up. I'll just bring up that first screen, and here I am again. So just to take a look at the rest of your options in here. So there's overlays. You can add a clock. You can add image carousel. You can add scoreboard if you have Pro, text, titles. Text could be like scrolling text, or it could be text that just sits somewhere on the screen. If you want it to sort of be like lower third text, then you'd probably add where it says titles, and there's a whole bunch of different built-in backgrounds if you don't have something like my lower third there. You can also add a Twitter feed. For backgrounds, web display, solid color, if you just want to put a solid color background up, shots, you can add a playlist, you can add a new shot from here, as I've been doing from down here, and again, if you have the Pro version, you can add replays. For instance, if you're doing a sporting event, favorites, you can star what are your favorites, so you can just go here and add those in. This shows you everything in one place, just tons of options that Wirecast gives you. And then, of course, my favorite is add media file, and that's where I add things from my own files. So that's a first look at Wirecast 9, which, again, just became available. Just downloaded it this morning. I think it's great so far. I love this new source menu. It makes it so easy to see what options you have, to add them, to take them off. Otherwise, the process of resizing and scaling and cropping and all that kind of stuff, pretty much the same as previous versions. It's very easy to pick up. That's the first look at Wirecast 9. Over time, I'll learn a lot more about the new features, and we'll do some more videos. But it's a wonderful piece of software. I highly recommend it. If you'd like to do a free trial, we have free trials. You can go over to livestreamuniverse.com/resources, livestreamuniverse.com/resources. Click on Wirecast 9, and you can get a free trial. There's also some information on that resources page as well that'll tell you kind of why I use it, how I use it, and that kind of stuff. So thank you, everybody, for joining, and thank you to Wirecast and our good friends at Telestream. This is a pretty cool update. Take care, everybody.